If you are a woman in healthcare like me, then you have probably heard that you're not going to save your way to wealth. One of the reasons why is because of inflation. And you probably heard that on this channel right here. But we know that we can't save our way to wealth because unfortunately, our time is always ticking and we get tired. We've all heard about passive income. I mean, you see the stock market going up, cryptocurrency, real estate market, and we desire to just sit back and relax and know that our money is working for us. But when we do that, there are some things that we should do and some things that we shouldn't do. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the do's and the don'ts of investing for women in healthcare. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Brittne Halford and I am your internal medicine physician and wealth coach. And today we're going to talk about investing. Sometimes investing can feel like a roller coaster. And that gets me to my first don't, is do not invest money that you need. Because what I see too often is that we get this FOMO. We see that this person flipped this home and they were able to double their investment, or their money is growing in the stock market, or someone purchased cryptocurrency and now they have significant gains. But when we make money decisions based upon fear of missing out and we need that money, then what are you going to do if you lose your money in that investment? We know that investing, although it's glorious and it can bring us passive income, that investing can be risky. And you do not want to risk your health, your wellness, your safety in any type of investment if you need the money in the future. So what you should do instead is to create an emergency fund that allows you to have 3 to 6 months of your expenses saved, and to make sure that that emergency fund is specifically for emergencies. Once you've accounted for all of your expenses, then you can invest the difference in the stock market, in a real estate property, in a business, whatever you desire to generate that passive income. But you can do so knowing that if anything were to happen, you would not have to pull those investments out or rely on those investments in order to protect you and your family from life doing its thing. Now, we know that life can take a toll on us. We have the joys of our babies being born or marriage, but we also have some very low points, which is why you don't want to invest money that you need. Similarly, with those highs and lows of life, it can take an emotional toll. And those same emotions, you don't want to apply to your investing strategy. The stock market is up and down and up and down. And just weeks ago, we saw that there were actually losses in the stock market and predictions of recessions. Now, if you are an investor and you see that over the past couple of days that the stock market is down, the wrong thing to do, pull money out. Because when you pull back, when you get a bird's eye view of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, we know that stocks typically perform and produce passive income, usually about 7 to 10% annualized. But if you were to pull your money out when things are at a low, then you are doing the exact opposite of what you should do. When you're investing, you need to think about it, that you're just going out and you're shopping. And you know, on this channel, we're all about keeping more of our money and looking for discounts, right? So if you see that now the stock market is priced at a lower amount, that is effectively a discount. That means that you should be purchasing more instead of purchasing less. You just want to make sure that in your investment strategy, that you actually have a strategy, that you stick to that strategy, whether things are up or down, that you know that you have your emergency fund, you've set aside that amount, and you can invest money without relying on that money. So therefore, whether things are up, whether things are down, you can keep investing. And that strategy is called dollar cost averaging. So you basically put the blinders on to the stock market. You can be informed, but I don't want the emotions to drive your decisions. We want to make sure that we can separate our emotions from our money decisions as best as we can. And that is what definitely will be required as an investor. Now, I've mentioned 2 things already. about the do's and don'ts of investing, and I want you to stay to the end, because the end of this video really will highlight the key strategy that I want you to implement in order to optimize your investments. Now, the next thing that I see people doing sometimes is, because of that FOMO, because of the emotions, they think that they're just going to invest for a short time. I'm going to put my money into this one investment and I'm going to get a quick win. We know that those quick wins don't always return on that investment. And whenever you are approaching investing, we want you to have a long-term strategy. Women in healthcare, you are too busy focusing on your career, taking care of patients, and ideally taking care of yourself to be monitoring stocks and understanding, oh, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to jump out, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to jump out. Like, we just don't have the time and the energy for that. So whenever you're investing, what you want to do instead is invest for the long term. No myopic views of how your money will grow. Remember, it is the time in the market instead of timing the market that matters most. And studies have shown that if you miss the 10 most influential days in the stock market, then you will decrease your investment returns. So there's unpredictability in investing. Don't try to time the market. Just get in and do dollar cost averaging, which means that you invest each and every month, regardless of what the stock market is doing. Sometimes you're going to be able to buy more because it's going to be on a discount. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit more expensive and you're going to buy less. But the purpose is for you to have a strategy in which you're purchasing every single month and you're investing every single month, and you're keeping that money there for a long term. Timing of the market each and every time. And when you're investing, you think that it's all about passive income, right? But it's income minus your expenses that equals your opportunity. And when you're investing, there are expenses. So do not ignore expenses and taxes. You want to create an investing strategy that incorporates low expense index funds, and to think about the accounts in which you're putting the money so that you can minimize the tax burden of that investment. Say, for example, you were to choose a target date retirement fund because you're like, oh, it's diversified. I don't really have to do much. It's already going to transition from more aggressive to less aggressive as I approach retirement, and you choose a target date retirement fund in a taxable brokerage account. Because that is a taxable brokerage account and those are actively managed funds where advisors may pick and choose and sell different shares and stocks and bonds frequently, then that particular investment in that particular account may be tax inefficient. Instead, you want to choose a target date retirement fund in a tax efficient account, like a 401k, a 403b, or a Roth IRA. A tax deferred account where you don't pay taxes on the growth and the buying and the sale of stocks. So you want to make sure that you not only consider what are some of the expenses of the accounts, but think about tax efficiency of that particular investment and making sure that you also put it in an account that allows you to maximize on the taxes. Well, if you are a woman in healthcare and you learned a little something from this video, then I want you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, where I teach you how to maximize your finances to create a life of joy and fulfillment. And if you're like, okay, Dr. Brittne, this is all good, but I don't know about this whole investing thing. You want to build confidence so that you know that you have the right asset allocation and that you put the right investment in the right account, then click the link below and set up a discovery call with me. There might be an opportunity for us to work together so that we can build your financial confidence and increase your financial competence. All right, well, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.